What's up, everybody? Welcome back to This or Therapy. I am your host, Chris Mack. Before we get into what today's topic is, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. You already know what it is. Hit that bell so you can get notifications for future shows and you can stay consistent, as well as me staying consistent. Today, we're going to talk about the post-relief fog. I can't say, what I'm talking about because YouTube will flag it, but what happens when you give up the ghost? When you release your male essence, the fog that you have after that. So I don't know if you saw in previous videos and stuff like that, I was doing a 30-day challenge just for myself. It wasn't really, there was no goal in mind. I was just trying to see if I could accomplish it. And, I told you all the benefits and things that changed in my life and stuff like that from doing it. Well, recently I have since released said male essence. And I want to talk about the things that I noticed after the fact. So, I was saying that in the previous video that we knew when I was holding it in, I had more energy, I had more focus, I had more drive. Well, the opposite happens, at least for me, after I released. My motivation wasn't as high. My desire to go accomplish things and go forth, that was down. I wasn't, I think, here's the thing, really what I think is a factor. I don't think the release itself made it that way. I think is how I accomplished the release. I didn't accomplish the release in the way that I would like to, which would be, making love to a beautiful woman. I did it by watching images on a screen, if you know what I mean. And I think that is what really is the factor in the lack of motivation and things of that nature, because my dopamine receptors were basically fed a large amount of a drug. Do you understand what I mean? So when you're still building yourself up for the 30 days, right, you'll notice that you're some of the things that give you, make you feel accomplished and make you feel good, it takes a slow build, right? Like, it takes a slow build for you to feel accomplished and get that hit of dopamine of accomplishment and to keep wanting to do that. But when you look at images that feed your dopamine, whether it be, looking on Instagram, looking at, explicit images, things of that nature, I think that's what takes away from your dopamine hits, which takes away from your motivation, because you're getting such a large amount of everything you want, right? And the reason why it is because the thing that drives men, whether we want to believe it or not, it's not money. We get money to get what? Women. We get money so that we can get women to potentially, have sex with them. That's what we are motivated for. Deep down inside, it's because we're trying to survive. And that's the way that a male survives, is by passing his seed on to another person and creating more of his essence, right? And when you're watching these images and things of that nature, you kind of lose that motivation to do that, because your brain doesn't understand that it's only looking at an image. It only understands what it's getting out of that image, right? You're seeing different women, you're imagining yourself, having sex with said women, and then boom, you release and your brain's like, all right, well, we did what we were supposed to do. We survived. Why do that's why you have, after you release, that's why you have this, relaxed feeling. That's why you're chilling. That's why, you don't really feel the need to get up and do anything, because your body, you just told your body that you've already accomplished what you were meant to do. You've already, given your essence to someone, and now you don't have to, you don't have to worry about anything. You've already done what you're naturally supposed to do. That's why you don't have any motivation. But it also starts to seep into other things too, because with that lack of motivation, you start to think about, you start to let go of other things. Like, I let go of other things. My diet started failing on me a little bit, I started, I basically took an entire week off of, eating right and things of that nature, because I was just like, screw it, I don't need to do any of this stuff anymore. I did my 30 days, so that's something that you're gonna run into when you do the 30-day challenge, is like that fall off. But here's the thing: forgive yourself, because if you beat yourself up and get mad at yourself and get angry and start tearing yourself down mentally, all you're gonna do is fall right back into the pattern. You're gonna keep going right back into, all the bad habits that you had before. Because when you beat yourself up, you're allowing your brain to kind of like feel sorry for itself, and you're also giving yourself the excuse to continue to do these things. Because hey, if I did this? It's like if you're trying to quit smoking cigarettes, so it's like, or you kind of quit smoking, smoking cigarettes and drinking, right? If you smoke a cigarette, you're like, well, I can have a drink because I already smoked a cigarette. And if you have a drink, you're like, oh, I can start. It's a spiral, and that's the thing. It's like you don't want to compile the bad habits that you have, right? Because once you start compiling these vices, it's a slippery slope back into you doing it all again. That's what the whole 30 days is for. It's to cleanse your body of all the bad things, right? It's not just about, not releasing. It's really about trying to cleanse yourself of all the bad habits. Because here's the thing, it starts there. I know people think that that's a wild thing, but it does. It starts right there. Like, if you can control your urges there, if you can control your sexual urges, you can control all of your urges. The urge to want to, or at least the negative urges, excuse me. Let me clarify. You can control all your negative urges, right? Like, 'cause if you can control your sexual urges, then you control the urge to like want to go smoke, want to go drink, want to go, do a joke. Like that, it starts there, because at the essence of man is that drive to procreate. And once you realize that, like, you can do that when you have the time and you built yourself, and it becomes something that's like that you can control. That's your power. When you take on that control of that power, you realize that, like, it's not the nut that has control over it. It's you that has control of the nut. Which I know that sounds stupid as hell, but it makes sense. Like, I promise you, like, this ain't come from no like high brain or nothing like that. I'm telling you, like, when you have that power over yourself, you control it, and it makes you feel different. It makes you look at the world differently, and it makes people interact with you in the world differently, because they can sense that in you. You know what I'm saying? Especially women, they can sense it. They might not know what they're sensing, but they can sense it. They feel it. They're like, they know. That's like, something about this man is different from the other dudes. And so that's really much my experience with it. Like, I'm trying to start the 30 days over again. I'm trying to push it for more days. I think I got to 32 days before I gave up the ghost, and then I had like 7 days of just debauchery. But I had to go through that, because if I didn't have those 7 days of debauchery and doing it and just let myself give in to all the bad things, I wouldn't be in a place where I am now, where I know, like, okay, I don't want those things anymore. I don't want to eat bad food. I don't want to, do that to my body. I don't want to do that to my brain. Like, I really want to take control of my life in the ways that are going to be positive. And I think if you yourself can go through that same experience, you'll probably have that same clarity. Now, I'm not recommending that you go through a week of debauchery. That's just something that I did. I needed it for the little, it's like a little mini vacation while at home, but that's something we all do need, a little vacation. So but do a more positive vacation, right? Don't just go into debauchery. If you need a vacation from something like your mental health, your physical health and stuff like that, just to enjoy yourself, actually go on a vacation. Like, don't go into debauchery, go somewhere and celebrate and really, give yourself a reward for your hard work. That's the only thing I would recommend, but do take some time off, because we all need that for our mental and physical health. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to, bite your head off. Nobody's going to bite your head off for that, because we all need it. But that's kind of my experience on it. That's what I noticed, is like, I wasn't as motivated. I didn't really get out and do the things that I was usually doing. I wasn't getting after things. I wasn't trying to accomplish anything. I just wanted to stay home, relax, eat junk food, and, you know, rub it out. And you can't do that as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, especially as a man, because we're only seen as valuable with what we're contributing to society. And there's no way that you're contributing to society by sitting at home on your couch, you know, doing that to yourself. Ain't no way. So that's just something to think about. Let me know in the comments how you feel. If you have tried the 30-day challenge, if you're going to try the 30-day challenge, and let me know how your journey goes. You know, hit me up. I got all my socials in the description, and you know, we can talk about it. Hell, I'll try to help you through it. Hell, maybe we can motivate each other to stay on track. You know what I mean? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.